Hey everybody, Glendale Mike. I am out here at Rose Lane Aquatic Center, and there's about to be a mock drowning. We're going to watch it happen right here. This is all part of a Water Safety Awareness Day. That it's a free day for people to come swim and to come in and learn a little bit about water safety. So we're going to see right now, this is a mock drowning. This is all fake. I've got Kyle White with me. He's going to tell us what's going on. He's the recreation coordinator here at Rose Lane Aquatic Center. Kyle, what's happening?
Yeah, our guard recognized that he had a victim in the water. He jumped in, is performing a rescue, recognized that she is unconscious. He's already called out for a backboard and for 911 to be called. That's how quick that we get this done. Our guards are running out with that backboard that he called out for. 911 is being called as we speak, so they should be on their way. We're asking for medical. And then they're going to get this victim out of the water so they can provide further care. So they're going to get her out as quickly and safely as possible. And once they get her out, they're going to check for signs of life, and they will care for what they find.
Again, we want everyone to know 100% this is all fake, and it's just for water safety awareness. They are going to get her off this backboard and switch out for a dummy to do chest compressions, just to kind of point out exactly what happens when a situation like this takes place. How much training do your lifeguards go through? They have to learn CPR?
Yes, they go through lots of training. I mean, well over 40 hours of training, including class time, City of Glendale training as well. So we teach lifeguard classes in the springtime to train these guys, and then they go through even more training right before the summer starts for about a week.
And we are here with Glendale Firefighter Charities. They're going to make their way over to come take over compressions on the dummy. And I've got Kiefer here with me. Kiefer's going to tell us a little bit about what do you guys do in a situation like this when you arrive?
So when we first arrive, if it's a child, the first thing we want to do is get that child inverted. We want to drain all that fluid out of their lungs as quick as possible and then make sure it's all drained out, and then we're going to start doing exactly what those lifeguards are doing. We're going to check for a pulse, and then if they have no pulse, we're going to start compressions, no breathing. We're going to start compressions and start breathing for them, just as they are doing right there for them.
Of course, this is a mock drowning, like we've said, and this is a dummy, but first responders would be the lifeguards, and then someone would hopefully call 911 very quickly, and you guys show up and you take over for them?
Yes. As soon as fire gets on scene, they're going to relieve the lifeguards of doing exactly what they're doing. They're going to have a one-for-one change. So the guy who's doing compressions, we're going to get another firefighter set up and take over compressions right away, as well as the airway. We're going to have someone getting on airway, taking over airway for them. As you can see right now is what they're going to be setting up doing right now.
Okay, great. And so what happens when they come in and they start the compressions? What are they looking for?
They're going to be looking for alertness. And if the patient's not alert, they're going to look for a pulse. They're going to look for breathing. If all that's absent, they're going to start working them as if it was a drowning code.
Okay. And I've got Hayden here. Hayden, you're also with Glendale Firefighter Charities. Thank you, Kiefer. So in a real-life situation, what is this like for you guys? What do you encounter when you come up on the scene?
A lot of high stress. It doesn't happen very often, so you have a lot of high-stress incidents like this. And we train for this all the time, but we don't get to do it in person all the time, which is a blessing. But when we come up to these situations, it's very important for us to be calm, cool, and collected is something we talk about a lot, and to do our job. We each have a job. Each member has a role and has something that they are assigned to do before we even step foot off the truck. That way we know what we're doing and we can focus in on that job and hopefully save the life of the drowning victim.
And I do want to reiterate over and over again, in case people are just joining us, this is not a real drowning. This is a mock drowning to show people what it looks like in a way to make awareness, safety awareness for people.
Yeah, absolutely. This is why we do this event. You know, we really focus in on trying to show everybody what it's like to have a drowning happen in front of you, and try and mimic the same response that you would have as if it were happening in front of you in real time, real life, real person, and hopefully that will raise awareness for the community and stop all the drownings that we have every summer. It's something we struggle with here like crazy.
Again, Rose Lane Aquatic Center is where we are. And if you can see over here on the left that the pool is full today, everyone had to get out, and they're watching intently because even though this is not a real drowning, it's still very, it's hard to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. This isn't something easy even for first responders to deal with. We see a lot of stuff, and these are some of the hardest calls for us to deal with every day.
Can you tell me what's happening now? So the lifeguards were doing compressions, and now your guys are here?
Now that the lifeguards, so the lifeguards did an awesome job getting the patient out of the water, pulling them out, starting compressions. We are going to take over on chest compressions, and we're going to start to breathe for the patient. We have a lot of tools that the lifeguards don't have. We can intubate the patient. That way we can breathe for them. And then we're also going to throw our monitor pads on them, which are going to kind of identify some of the heart rhythms that the patient could be in. And if they're in a rhythm that we can shock or defibrillate, then it will give the patient a better outcome.
Thank you. And Kiefer, you guys are with Glendale Firefighter Charities. Tell me what Glendale Fire Charities does.
So we're hosting this event just to drive awareness to our community, let them know the importance of watching their children, watching their family members around water, especially at the pools this time of year, making sure that their families are staying safe during these times of years. So that's just our whole point of this event that Firefighter Charities is hosting for this community.
Great, thank you guys. And this event has been going on for about 12 years. I've got Vice Mayor Hugh here. And Vice Mayor, about 12 years ago, you and your wife decided there was a need for free swimming day here at Rose Lane. Tell me how this all started and how it's evolved.
Well, it might have been my wife's idea. There was a youth center here, and there was another one just west of here on Ocotillo. And so I went and talked to the people running it. John Torres operated this one. And I tipped them off we were going to have a free swim day and, get all the children there. And they had sack lunches. They organized. And it just grew from there to what it is today. The firefighters made this probably 20 times better than it ever was.
Yeah, how important is it to you to have this safety element now that has evolved over the last 5 or 6 years to really drive home what a drowning looks like? And I can see, even though this is fake and it's a mock drowning, I can see concern on people's faces as they watch.
You can. This is as close as I've ever been to watching Mike, with you. But we're walking through the crowd, and everybody looks like it's real and they're sad. And we know it's a mock.
Yeah, hopefully this is the closest we get to any drownings. Unfortunately, there are a lot of drownings every year in this area, in the valley here, and a lot of it's backyard pools. So hopefully this awareness campaign will really emphasize to people the importance of keeping an eye on their kids.
I hope it works, because I know nobody wants to pull a child out of a backyard swimming pool.
And again, while we're talking about the importance of the safety part of this, tell me what else is happening here today. I know the Glendale Fire Charities, they're also cooking for people. There's free food. It's a fun event, but it also has this serious element to it.
It is. And from here, you realize Banner sent a helicopter over to even stress the importance of quickly getting somebody to the hospital at their expense.
And I don't know, people probably can't hear it over our microphone right now, but the firefighters, they're getting a round of applause from the people here for the hard work that they're doing. And again, this is a mock drowning if you're just tuning in, but the firefighters are here demonstrating what it takes to save a life. Of course, the lifeguards who are here, they also did a great job as first responders pulling this person. It's actually a dummy on the gurney right now, but pulling the person out of the water and administering aid to begin with. So that's another important part of the city, is that we have really well-trained lifeguards.
But you're right. They have. This is a great place to come, feel safe, and let the kids have a good time. They check them for life jackets if they can't swim or they're too young. Everybody's going to be safe here at this location.
And then again, the fun part of today is that they're also, Glendale Fire Charities, they're also cooking, they're also giving away life jackets, and there are other safety elements that it's a good day for the community.
It is. This thing must have grown. I can't tell how much it's grown. If your camera scans the whole event, it started with nothing, and the firefighters just made it what it is today.
And we're actually at capacity today, right?
Yes, we're at capacity. Somebody's going to have to leave for somebody else to come in.
All right, Vice Mayor, congratulations on this successful event. It's a great event in the community and a very important one. Thank you, sir.
Mike.
All right, good to see you. Thanks. Hey, Kiefer, let's catch up with you again. Tell me, so what's happening right now?
So right now they're working our mock drowning code right now. They're getting prepared to go and do a transfer onto the helo we have set up from Banner Thunderbird right now.
Okay, so they're going to keep working this patient. They're going to wheel the patient out to the helicopter, and then in a real drowning, what would happen?
So this is just getting them set up to do what we call a transfer of care, where now the nurses and the paramedic who are on the helicopter, they're going to take over care of that patient and transport them to the most appropriate facility.
And even though this is a mock drowning, which I'd like to say over and over again in case people are just tuning in, even though this is a mock drowning, as you guys were leaving, as the rescuers were walking out, they got a big hand from the crowd here. That's got to feel good to know that you guys are appreciated when you have to come to a situation like this.
Oh, absolutely. We absolutely love the support and that we have from the community. This is why we do it. This is why we continue to do it, and this is why we will continue to do it in the future.
All right. And again, I'm going to bring Hayden in one more time. Hayden, for people who are just tuning in, let's talk one more time about the importance of seeing a situation like this. Why is it important that the public can watch this mock drowning, and what do you guys hope to get from it?
Yeah, it's pretty important for the public to see it, just for the simple fact that it's going to leave an impression on them. This isn't something that we see every day, let alone the public. So it's good to just leave them with this picture and the severity of this case. And like Kiefer mentioned earlier, that's why we do this. We don't want to see this happen anymore. We don't want to respond to these if we don't have to, but we are prepared if we need to.
Right. And we know it's not just parents who are the people responsible for watching kids around water. It's everybody's job. There are babysitters, there are parents, there are neighbors. You can really never have too many eyes on kids around water.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you're saying, it is everybody's job. If you're around water and there are kids around it, you need to keep your eyes on them. And that even extends past kids. We've got elderly people. Sometimes they may look like adults, but they don't function like adults. So it's important to keep your eye on anybody in the water and at least check in with them every once in a while just to make sure that something like this doesn't happen to them.
Great. I'm sure as firefighters, both of you guys would agree that you'd rather never, ever have to respond to a situation like this again.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
Absolutely not. This is one of our most stressful calls, and we don't like going on them, but we do, and we bust our ass to make sure
Yeah, you guys work hard to make sure that this doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to watch as the helicopter takes off here. They're going up in just a minute. First, they have to load the patient, and then they're going to lift off. Again, this is just a mock drowning if you're just tuning in. We're going to watch the helicopter take off, and then it's just going to go up. In this case, it's going to circle and come back down. But this just emphasizes the importance of water safety. The whole day is built around water safety here at Rose Lane Aquatic Center. And I'm going to ask Kyle one more question, and then we're going to watch the helicopter take off. Kyle, so aside from the mock drowning, what other safety precautions do you guys do today?
We do all of our trainings. We try and put the lifeguards in as many real-world scenarios as we can. We cannot train for the thousands upon thousands of scenarios that they might encounter, but we go through as many as we possibly can to prepare them. And we really try and ensure that teamwork between the lifeguards, so that way rescues go smoothly. They can rely on each other. They know that each person can do the part of the rescue that they're supposed to be doing, and we can give the person in need the best possible outcome.
And what do you think of the lifeguards' response today?
I think they did a great job. They worked well with Glendale Fire. They all communicated very well, and they did a great job too. If this was a horrific accident, this would hopefully have a good outcome.
Yeah, it looks like, again, the work done between the first responding lifeguards, who are city lifeguards, all the way to the city firefighters who responded and did the compressions and transferred the patient. It was great work all the way around. We're going to watch this helicopter take off. As we sign off here in just a minute, I just want to point out again that it is Water Safety Day here at Rose Lane Aquatic Center, and this is a mock drowning that you've been watching. So we're going to watch the helicopter take off, and then we're going to sign off. You guys stay safe out there and enjoy the day, and make sure to watch your loved ones around water.